how much strain do you have?
10.
You have 20 wounds?
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Welcome to being the Wookiee.
I mean, Goraz had that many or more. So
Yeah.
it's all about what career really you had.
Mm.
I used to have only 8 strain.
Then I took an arrow to the knee.
And it killed me from stunning me out.
Welcome,
Hey there, Sid.
welcome.
What's up?
I don't think you're on the microphone you think you're on.
Hold on. Yeah, it sounded pretty rough.
That's probably the webcam mic.
Is that better?
Yep.
Yes.
There we go.
Okay. Welcome.
Welcome.
This has been kind of an interesting couple of weeks for me. So
Yeah. The disease. The
Yeah.
sickness.
Yeah, I hope you're feeling better now, man.
Well, I'm congested but for the most part, I'm feeling good. All things considered, right?
That's good.
Yeah, wonderful.
So how's everybody else been?
Doing
My
as
brain's... Yeah, go ahead.
doing as well as been expected. I'm back in the old family home, and my parents recently got a dog, so that's very cool for the holidays
a
to
dog.
have. Yeah. So that's been keeping me occupied.
Awesome. My day started on 5D chess with multiversal time travel, and since then, I don't think it's ever been operating.
Jeez.
Yeah, I went with 5D chess with Griff to finally get my surgery scheduled. So I got that to look forward to.
Ah.
That happens on the 5th, so you guys are going to be 2 players for a while.
Woo!
Oh boy.
Wow, you mean you can't just come straight out of surgery?
I don't know.
Wow,
I did
what kind of
last
woo.
time. I did last time, right to your Shadowrun game. So who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows how long I'll be there? This one's
Who
going to
knows?
be a
We'll just
lot.
have to see.
This one's going to be a lot more surgery though. So
What gives out
Ooh.
first, your endurance or your spirit?
also, I've been bleeding constantly from the nose for like a week now. So
Mm.
I don't know if you can see all
Not
that
good.
blood.
Ah.
Yeah, yikes, man.
Yeah, my stomach must be full of blood.
That's
Ugh.
not fun.
No.
Here we are, back at home.
Yep.
So what is the why is this weird?
Oh yes. Force stuff, of course.
They've done some sort of update to there we go. Okay.
Good,
So
maybe
I
it won't
made
crash.
things. I made things good. You guys made things bad.
Perfect. Ah. Not for long.
Well, I mean, you had to get lucky sometime.
Mm.
So let's see. So where did we last leave off? I believe we had just scared off a whole bunch of Black Sun, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not so much as you killed most of them.
Mhm.
And then
Some of them didn't die.
Man, I got laid.
We killed some of them in such a horrifying manner. The rest of them decided they wanted no part of it.
Well, no, they were trapped between a wall of other unfriendlies to them and us and behind them.
Right. Not exactly a great position. Regardless, I think we did come out of that with saying that we would try to introduce someone to some huts. Isn't that the case, Sid?
That's my memory too.
Mhm.
Yeah. So Otho, you were in rather
Yeah.
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 Pretty much.
Did you guys want to have your characters take have some downtime before we pick up, or did you want
Probably
to
needs a little bit of downtime. At least Otho does.
Otho
Wow.
needs
So I'm
some
going to
downtime
recommend
to
it.
heal seal the hole in her face properly.
Well, I need to take B to a mechanic, so.
Oh yeah, you gotta take care of that too. Well, I'll hold down the fort, and you two take a break.
Okay.
So, as you are we'll just kind of shift the scene. You have information on how to get in touch with these people again, and then you go off on your own.
Yeah, I'll probably be
returned to
working
your-
contacts slowly for a while.
You've returned to your crew deck, your headquarters, and you are given some time to rest and recuperate. Although we had talked about doing some downtime between, but we didn't actually do that, so we'll have to put that off for right now.
Yeah, let me just review
Oh,
that
that sounds like the best
meantime.
time for it, actually.
Did we ever get paid, by the way? Did we make any money off of what we just did?
I got my armor.
You did that before we went out.
Well, no.
Oh no, this is why we went out and did that.
Did we get
Look at
paid?
it, it's so shiny now. Oh, I feel so cool.
Look, it's been a week. It's been 2 weeks. I
No,
have completely forgotten.
look, touch it. This is a full hard suit. You feel that? That's protection.
I don't care how many times you ask me, Taryn. I'm not gonna touch you. Just stay out of my bathroom.
You got your own bathroom? What?
Look,
You
We
don't.
got 4 refreshers. He just slapped his name on one of them, I assume.
This place is like a whole fucking airport. All of you have your own bathrooms.
I'll see you at the bar.
Yes, you will.
So in the downtime, Otho has been given some opportunity to grow as a character.
Mm-hmm.
We will touch on that later.
Well, I would say, from what other people would notice around this time, she would seem a lot more reserved and a bit gloomier as she's moving around this part. You don't know whether it's because of what she did or because of the injury that is now marring this half of her face, but you can tell something ain't quite right.
Right, I mean, between falling to the dark side or having half of your face blown off, I don't know what's different.
Either or, wow.
Did you do something with your hair, Otho?
Not this. Not yet.
Enter into 24 hours of Zool negging Otho.
That would be a pretty bad thing to happen.
Hey, I'm a lucky guy. I'm as good with people as I am Sabak.
So you will have received some care.
Okay.
Yeah, we got Goraz's ship around. He flies around every now and then.
Yeah, he's zipping around.
Hop on, get your surgery, or tip him.
Goraz would also be available to fix B.
Very useful. Let me just adjust this.
If Zool needed that.
How much?
Will it cost you?
Yeah.
I haven't taken the time to figure out how much it would cost you. So it would probably be a discounted rate.
That's how you can tell that you're playing Goraz and not me.
We're doing market rate.
Goraz actually has, in the time that it has been since you guys have interacted with him last, he has seemed very distracted and very well, not himself, honestly. And so he's refusing to talk about it, but he does seem to intimate that that Shellis is footing some of the bill. Also, specifically, is getting the feeling that she feels rather responsible for the cluster of the last.
Oh dear.
Um, so
Yeah, so how
What-
much is it though?
A cold hard number.
He says that the materials itself will be 3,000 credits. Or is that more than the cost of the droid itself? I don't remember.
I don't think so. I remember the droid. No, because the droid was like 20,000 credits.
Because honestly, I don't really know how much it would be, but I think that's a fair amount.
It's fine by me.
Um,
I'm not a penny pinching Goraz after all.
anyways, so I know Taryn was wanting to have Goraz do some checks for him.
Yeah, I just need 2 mechanic checks to install the mods. One at 3 difficulty, and the next one at 4 if the first one succeeded.
Okay, give me a second here.
And that'll give me innate talent and innate skill for my armor's active optical camouflage system.
Why is the
Oh, is it
Um,
acting wonky?
I just to be honest, I haven't actually had to do a skill check for somebody else, so
Oof.
Now you get to see what we have to deal with.
Goraz sheet
Yep.
is very crowded.
Oh yeah.
so hard and that worked the way I think it should have. Hey, look at that.
Fail and a triumph,
Okay.
which I guess is still a fail.
Right.
Struggle.
So in this case, I will not have innate talent Master of Shadows on this armor, which would allow me
I
to
think
use
Goraz has some talents that affect that. I will.
I don't think I had anything to change. Well, maybe I have something to change as a triumph to something, but I don't think I had anything to get rid of a fail.
Mhm.
It's been a while, and now on my head, I'm only trying to remember Zool's stuff so I don't get crossover.
Don't worry about it. There's some things that have changed about his character.
Yep,
So-
he's become a real boy.
Well, that was weird.
See, yeah, if it was Zool could probably just re-roll that 2 more times.
What the heck?
Not even the Force will help you. Also, apparently, Goraz finally broke into that armorer career.
Yep. Okay, so he is able to install that barely. The Triumph it was actually going to reduce the difficulty of the next check. Did I close that? Yes, I did.
Oops.
So, come on.
Well, technically, I guess all that light side force is enough to cancel out all of the failures.
Just enough. The one dice. There was too many dice. Okay, why is he showing up with a blank screen?
What you want to
Oh,
do?
no.
What you want to do is go to Edit, and then scroll down to the bottom and click Cancel, and it'll come back as a normal sheet. I get that problem all the time.
Ooh. I've just had the problem where like it boxes in and then you can't resize it properly.
Never get that one. But I get the problem where you open it and there's nothing on there, like it's not even a character sheet. But there's still the edit button up there. So you just click edit.
Okay.
So he makes you your weapon, but you can see in his eyes he's fallen to the dark side of the Force.
Well, he's not going to spend that, but yeah.
Yeah, I guess in this case, yeah, he actually gets enough successes and a triumph. Is that right? Or 2 triumphs even.
This is the second triumph, yeah.
All right. So in
Um,
that case, any success is success for this.
So what was that mod that was just added?
Innate talent, Master of Shadows. I can spend 2 strain to decrease the difficulty of my next stealth check by 2, or maybe just once. Yeah, there we go. Suffer 2 strain, decrease the difficulty of the next stealth or skullduggery check by 1. Yeah. Meanwhile, since that succeeded, the next chest is going to be 4 difficulty.
No, that was the second one.
Oh, that was the second one?
Yeah.
Oh, so then tell me, the first didn't succeed at all, correct?
The first did succeed.
All right, and the second did succeed as well.
Yes.
Okay. I think even if you rolled 2 extra failures on another purple dice for that, then it still goes through. So I also have skill stealth 1, as if I had 1 rank in stealth, which I had none before.
Because nothing says stealth like power armor.
Well, to be fair, this optical camouflage system means that I have 1 stealth, I upgrade all my stealth twice, and then I decrease the difficulty by 1.
Alright, investing in ionizing weapons for when you inevitably betray us.
I mean, I'm gonna steal your coffee, but that's not gonna stop me.
I will die on that coffee hill. Like, get out of my bathroom.
Why do you keep a copy in your bathroom?
Because it's the only place I feel like Taryn won't go, despite all...
He's always in there.
He's
Dude,
always...
you've been there for 5 hours!
4 of those hours have been checking for Taryn.
I've learned not to question Zool.
Especially now that he's got a stealth suit.
Okay.
Oh
So-
dear.
Time has passed.
Mhm.
What have you done with that time other than heal?
I have probably been slowly making inroads and contacts to get to the point I want, which is talking to this hut.
Okay. So this is going to be a hard, even formidable check to try to get in touch with the huts.
Mhm.
Now you will have a couple upgrades to the difficulty on that as well, due to the fact that huts have a lot of people around them trying to keep them from being able to get there.
Yeah.
You're going to have 3 setback as well for similar reasons.
Yikes.
You have ties with the Pike Syndicate, which is not going to be easily ignored, which is why you have those setbacks. Now, I believe you can get rid of some of those, if I'm not mistaken.
You want to
Uh,
pay a
it depends on-
negotiator?
That's also a possibility. I was just kind of looking for them and hoping I could just like do Knowledge Underworld for a little bit. I
Well, this
have
is what I'm setting up is a
Yeah.
knowledge underworld check to be
Yeah.
able to find the proper person to talk to, right?
right, and
Um,
then we'll do the actual talking in a bit.
Yep.
I could remove setback from deception or skullduggery.
You can use skullduggery for this. I would prefer it to be, if we do this as a skill challenge, then I would allow that. So
Mhm.
basically, you're trying to. In fact, if you want to use skullduggery to keep your actual person away from it, we can
Mhm.
start there.
Right, this is more a case of keeping myself safe while interacting with these criminal elements who might as
Yep.
just well want me dead.
So I'm going to go ahead and do that. You do have 2 boost dice as well,
Mhm.
which actually is going to. I'm going to just put on this side here. Go ahead and make your skullduggery check.
Okay, and there's one last thing I'll do then. I have my new optical camouflage system. I will suffer 2 strain to decrease the difficulty by 1.
So was that skullduggery that you can do that too as well, or is it just the
Yeah, stealth and
stealth?
skullduggery because of the Master of Shadows talent.
Okay, I will allow it.
All right, so we got a lot of stuff riding on this, and if it's all ready and set up,
The
including the
dice pool
downgrade,
is set.
let's
Go
do it.
ahead. Make sure you put your minuses to setbacks.
Yes, I did. I have achieved exactly 1 success and absolutely nothing else.
Okay. I will allow you to remove 2 setback from the negotiation or reduce the difficulty by 1. Downgrade the difficulty by 1.
Well, you're
What
going
is
to
your
be my
choice?
negotiator, so I'm going to let that be your choice.
Say again.
You can choose either to remove 2 setback when you go to negotiate or reduce the difficulty.
Reduce the difficulty. How would I? I
There you
got
go.
tons of setback removal.
So we need to. You're going to need to do a knowledge underworld next before the negotiation check, because that was just keeping your name out of it.
Right.
So what this check was supposed to do is remove the setback from you having ties to the Pike Syndicate, but
hmm
obviously you can choose if you would prefer that knowledge underworld to have less setback or less difficulty.
I got 2 yellow dice on this. I think I'm fine with the setback. I don't have anything to change for Knowledge Underworld, so I'll reduce the difficulty, and I hope that works.
Okay.
So, once it's all set, I'll go ahead and roll Underworld next, and we'll see how far we get.
Go for it.
2 failures, 2 threats, and destiny.
Triumph.
Oh
Triumph.
boy.
Okay. So you know several people that are have ties with the Hutts,
hmm
but these people are unwilling to negotiate with you directly, and you actually find that as you are going through, you find out that there is certain individuals that frequent the hotel that you could actually use as a resource as well,
hmm
in addition to using Zool as your mouthpiece might be enough to um, limit your Pike stink.
Right, before they all get alarmed that I'm here. So
Yeah.
yeah, that sounds like exactly the way to go about it. I'll have Zool go through the hotel. He'll meet contacts there. They'll slowly shuffle around, and we'll at least get the operation going. But I imagine that probably means our activities are slightly more noticed, and we're probably going to owe a favor eventually. At least that's
That's
my
usually how
assumption.
it works.
Yeah. Oh, we'll wait until that comes back at us.
So Zool, it's all up to you. there is a couple individuals that are embedded in the local huts. Entourage that hang out at the hotel. You have learned that the huts are trying to keep track of what's going on with this hotel, but they have as of yet not made any attempt to try to rein anything in or kick anyone out or anything like that. They're kind of just staying on the sidelines, trying to understand what's going on and to keep an eye on things. So this is the person who is currently at the hotel is a Rhodian, a female Rhodian named Zibby. She has kind of a tannish coloration. So the ball is in your court.
Yeah, slide up onto the. Where is she in the hotel?
She's hanging out in the cantina.
At the bar. Got it. Slide up to the bar. Attempt to seduce.
She's not actually at the bar. She is in one of the booths.
Slide up to the bar, grab some drinks, try to seduce.
Okay.
The Rhodian.
Let me set the difficulty really quick.
Green scaly skin really gets me going. Also, those short sucker mouths. Ever since Mario 2.
Something McClunky.
You weird, strange, different aliens. You can't just enjoy someone with excessive amounts of hair.
Hey, let's call it pansexual for a reason. You know, there's a reason why Lando.
Well, it's not pansexual. You already said she's a woman.
Yeah. Cross-species lines, though. Anyways, it doesn't matter.
All right. She's not wearing a rebreather, right?
No. She
All
doesn't
right.
need to.
Beguiling pheromones.
Difficulty is set at hard with 2 setback.
All right. Taking 2 strain to upgrade once. Where the hell did my strain go? There we go. Hold on. I got a lot of shit to go through. Let's see here. I got something else. Where is it? I don't need second chances. Of course, I'll be doing double or nothing. So.
What is Terran doing right now while Zool is doing this?
While I'm upping myself to seduce.
Staying far away.
Okay. Out of the cantina or out of the hotel completely?
I mean, I'm gonna have a drink while I'm here waiting, but I'm not interfering with this work.
Corner like.
Also, suffering another 2 strain, so 6 strain so far. To use Cunning Persona to make a charm check with Cunning instead of Presence.
Okay.
So we go to skills. Let's see.
Oof. Cunning instead of presence using pheromones. We got him, boys.
So let's see. That would be 1 yellow and then 4 green. Am I missing anything here? I think I get 2 or 3 advantage off the ball. I just want to make sure. Oh, that's not in that. It's in items. Items would be this one. Yeah, my armor jacket gives me automatic advantage to charm, and jewelry also gives me advantage to charm. I think there's one more thing. If not, that's it. 2. All right, so I also have automatic 2 advantage on this. Again, I'm using double or nothing, so I've already upgraded the difficulty 1. All right, so technically that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 advantage, 2 success.
big number.
Okay.
Although-
And how would you like to spend those advantages?
The
shoot,
smolder.
I don't have a cheat sheet up.
How much does like just a continued good relationship count? You could just spend on that and just say you have a permanent contact.
That, or it's a one of those fade to black moments where I come back swaggering for the table, and we fade to black with me and her just walking back.
In the middle of negotiations. By the way,
So yeah, we can call it that. So you are you lose track of where Zool is for what, an hour, or do you want to go for a little bit longer or shorter?
I'm sure he has everything handled.
Look, I'll go until she's satisfied.
Okay,
boy.
so several hours pass without Zool or the Rodian being seen, and then he returns.
Sorry, Taryn, what'd you want again?
Zool!
He's covered in sucker marks.
No. They tried to be discreet, so
Yeah, it's all below the jacket.
Yeah. It's like he shifts his clothes and it's just
Well, I can only assume by the fact that you still haven't buttoned up your jacket that we're getting everything we want.
So you do have access to a meeting with the Hut. This will take place in 3 days.
Okay.
And Zool has ensured that the Wookiee would not be speaking for any dissident factions on Nalhut, Narshada.
I mean, you could always do that thing where I walk in and I talk for you. You talk to me, I talk to the Hut for you.
Yeah, that's definitely a possibility.
You know, the whole Knight's Tale situation.
Yup. Well, one way or another, well, at least we got it. And I guess I just need to check the script and make sure I got how everything goes. We know someone who used to work for the Black Sun who wanted us to do this, but to what ultimate end? I think just getting work, essentially, getting a contact.
Well, they actually was uncomfortable with this is a Deveronian, right? The Deveronian that was there.
Oh, right. I think it was more to the tune of he just didn't want the Huts to come after him for what he was before.
He knows what the Black Sun and the Pikes are trying to do on Narshada, and wants some guarantees that he will be taken seriously, along with given some protection.
Right, and we're here to negotiate and arrange that. Got it. Okay.
Correct.
So, I got that in mind, and I'll forget about it in 12 seconds and ask again.
oh, that's relatable.
Yo. All right.
So in 3 days, Otho will have recovered significantly to take part in this, and you'll all be together again.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Otho, looking better already.
Thanks, Taryn.
Still look a little tired, though. Are you sure everything's all right?
I'm sure. As you can kind of clench your hand a couple times, there's nothing wrong.
Nothing wrong.
Nope.
I'm there, and I have my lie detector that I always wear on me.
Go ahead, why not? It's already transparently obvious.
Veridicator 200. Character wearing Veridicator 200, where it's 2 boost to checks to discern whether another character is lying or omitting significant information, and adds 2 boost to checks to ascertain whether the character's mental state. So I can also
Okay.
check their mental state.
All right, let her rip then.
Are you using deception in this statement, Otho?
Yeah.
Because I don't know what the die roll is for this check. So
So what is your ability
Let
slash
me-
ranks in
in
deception?
deception is not great. It's just 2 green.
So it'd be 2 purple.
in what though? What am I rolling?
Either discipline or perception.
Let's see.
Or cool, I
Perception
think.
is 5 green, and discipline you said is 2 green, or cool you said, which is a yellow and 2
So-
green. I think I'll go
So
perception.
discipline is to stop yeah, anyways. I don't
Yeah.
have my cheat sheet up. But
Yeah, I'll just use perception. I get 2 boost.
Yep. You are
Oh,
aware.
sorry, I forgot to put the
Yeah, there. 3 purple.
3 purple.
I mean, yeah, 2 purple.
So 2 purple. All right, hold on.
Yeah.
I'll just roll that separately real quick.
Here comes the Hail Mary.
So I reduced that by 2, so 4 successes and 3 advantage. What is their mental state? Are you lying to me?
Yeah, so yeah, everything is not okay. Obviously enough. In the mental state, there is a lot of anger directed at herself, while also trying to kind of get a hold of that very tightly. It's
So
not a
it's-
very healthy vibe you're getting.
You would get from that physically, Otho is fine. Although her face is not repaired
Half blown off, I recall.
fully.
Yeah.
Jonah hexed.
She is a little bit, what would be the word you would say?
Angry.
Volatile right now.
Yeah. Kind of simmering at the moment. It's not directed so much outwards, though, as at herself.
Well, that wouldn't be something that he would necessarily be able to pick up with that check.
Well, the thing is that I'm being aided by a device. So.
But it can't read her mind, which is true.
Right.
So, yeah, it's kind of like a lie detector, right?
Yeah.
It shows that there's
But it also
fluctuations
allows
in
me to
her
detect mental states as well.
physiological
Well,
state.
it'd probably be like she's lying. Also, stress.
Well, again, it's a crystal that I'm wearing, like a necklace. So, I mean, I don't really... I'm not, like, putting against you. Like, what are you saying? So...
That's just like...
Okay, well,
I
we'll
assume...
say that you're...
I think it comes from... I can't remember exactly which book. I believe it comes from one of the Force books, and it's not restricted or anything. So I'm assuming it must be some sort of Force-related.
Gotcha.
Probably.
So not so much a what's your pulse rate doing, what is your blood pressure like, more so a I've got one of those vague voice impressions from you.
You got the vibes.
Yeah.
Vibes,
Okay.
immense amounts of
So
stress.
what skill is being a psychiatrist?
It'd be education, or you could actually say that there's a psychiatrist skill.
Medicine?
It would be actually an education skill, so an intellect.
Education. I am trained in it, but I'm not trained in it. It's a career skill, but it's not.
But you have no ranks in it, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's one of my skills, but I've not used.
So, if you were using the force, a force device, it would be a discipline check.
Discipline. Another career skill I'm not trained in.
Oh boy.
I guess everybody's trained in discipline, though.
Well, I don't know if it's a career skill for everyone, but
Every career I've had so far has a career skill, so I just assume every career has it.
Not me.
Now, yeah,
I got my
Goraz.
one will.
Goraz had it, and now I have it again. And every career I've ever looked at had it. I'll just. Is there any difficulty to this check?
What?
it'd still be average because you're still
Average
going
is 2.
against the. Yep.
All right, I'll make the discipline roll. I'm gonna use second chances and re-roll again. I'm gonna use second chances to re-roll. Hold on, I think second chances only works on. Oh shit! Sorry, I did that thing. My push to talk button is also the button you usually hold down when you want to zoom in on something. That's a real pain in the ass when I use my mouse wheel. See, second chances I think is only on positive dice. So I want to double check real quick.
Yes, so you would only be able to re-roll the green dice.
Yeah, and green dice only have successes on one side, right?
Green dice have
No, there's-
successes on.
Sorry, what I mean to say is they
50%.
only have a success, a 1 success on the side that they have
No,
successes
they
on.
have a 2.
Do
Yeah.
they? Well, then I'll
have
re-roll
a
both of
2.
those green then. I'm gonna pull for the Hail Mary.
Oh dear.
Wasn't quite the
no.
Hail Mary.
Well, I mean, technically it is. The strain don't count. I didn't mean to re-roll those two
Yeah.
as well. You know what? Hold on a sec. I think I have one more use.
Third chances.
Second chance? No, it's once per encounter.
Yeah.
The rank that I have only lets me roll more dice, which is technically more than I have the ability. And I think my only other ability would be once per session. And as funny as that would be, no.
So you are basically confident that Otho is
A liar.
sufficiently
Yeah.
is lying, but
But
isn't
it's-
gonna harm anyone.
Well, that's a shame. That's what we have her around for.
I mean, that she's not supposed to. So.
So yeah, you say this. I stare at you for a good minute.
Uncomfortable amount of time.
Yeah, like if you kind of start looking at her at a comfortable amount of time, she's just gonna kind of start.
And yeah.
Help you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not great. I actually have to go get my dinner that's just arrived though. But in the meantime, if you have 3 more days, could I make a research or lore check to determine more things about the Loredan's tomb that I'm going to pillage?
Oh
Sure.
boy.
Okay.
Yeah. How many Zelnaga are in that tomb, and how deadly are they?
Go ahead and go get your food, and I'll
Okay. I shall return.
work with Taryn and Zul.
Yeah, we got a meeting to set up.
So this meeting with the huts is on one of their palace barges that float through the area, and it's actually if you're familiar with Nar Shaddaa, right? It's a planet, technically a moon, that is covered with city, right? So there is a capital area that's simply referred to as the promenade. And that is where you are supposed to board this barge. This barge is always having some sort of party.
Is this the
going
same day,
on.
by the way?
No, this will be the third in 3 days, right?
All right, so all my strain will be gone. Okay.
Yeah, same. Important distinction.
So you have 3 days. Are you going to do anything to prepare for this, or are you just going to show up?
I'm gonna drink and eat like I'm gonna die that day, so that I know my life has been well lived.
Zool, come on, I need real suggestions. What do I do? These are the odds. They can do anything. They control everything.
What you need to do is not worry. I'm a real lucky guy. I'm as good as people as I am Sabak.
Zool, we can't just rely on luck here. We actually do need to be at least slightly solid in our commitment here. We gotta be ready because they're gonna ask us to do stuff for us. If we're gonna ask for anything.
Yeah, then we
We
do it.
also gotta be ready for that. They could just kill us if they really want to.
Right, that's why I'm eating.
So I also don't need you drunk on that day. Please, Zool.
We're fine. Ride the wave, brother. Ride the wave.
Right. In that case, I think I'd probably spend some of the day researching the particular palace we're going and trying to see if there's anything I need to be aware of in terms of like, oh yeah, I heard like there's this tricky thing that happened.
Well, Palace Barge.
Palace
Okay.
barge, yeah.
You know, the floating thing
So-
that Jabba was on at Tatooine.
This is more like the barges that are on
Right, I
Nar
know.
Shaddaa.
That was more of a skiff, but I mean, same concept. It's a giant barge.
Big boy.
Really puts into perspective. Jabba the Hutt was really on hard times there.
Well, yeah, he was
only have
more
the
of a
skiff.
well, he was a gangster on an outlying world. He wasn't like
He-
King of the Hutts.
Right, yeah, but he was also basically living in a monastery, and the biggest thing he had was a skiff.
Well, yeah, because the Balmoran monks that owned the place didn't really care. They lived on lower levels, and they were all about getting rid of their bodies.
hmm
Also, you remember Jabba was in Episode 1 as well,
Oh,
not doing really well either. So
Yeah.
he wasn't a big time Hutt. He just happens to be the Hutt that everybody knows.
Literally letting Han Solo walk all over him.
Well, not really. That didn't make it to the movies. I mean,
it was in one cut or another.
I mean that was also the Jabba that was a human being wearing a big fur coat. So
Mm,
Oh yeah. No, that whole scene didn't actually get
Yeah.
into. Yeah, you're right. I've just seen the special behind the scenes stuff so much, like a decade and a half ago, that it's just ingrained in my memory.
Yeah.
Like, that was definitely in the main
yeah, because
movie.
in the original one he was a big guy in a furry coat, and then they redid it with CGI and then never put it in the movie.
hmm
Because that version of Jabba was also a lot smaller than the actual Jabba was.
Man, imagine if Jabba was just a big Wookiee. I can see you shaking your head, Pui.
It just screamed.
Well, I mean, if I was going to imagine he was a big Wookiee, I would make him that guy from the Ewok movies that everybody doesn't seem to remember. The Ewok movies with the little children that their ship crash lands and their parents like get horribly hurt or something like that. And you have
Yeah,
the
I think it was
guys.
like an animated movie, wasn't it?
No, it was live action. But
Oh,
they
okay.
had on the Ewok planet there's like these giants that live in caves. I mean, like Land of the Giants giants. They're
Mhm.
fucking
Kinda
massive.
horrifying.
Yeah. So if I was gonna make Jabba the Hutt a humanoid, he would be a fucking giant.
Nice. So Sid, all set up?
Yeah, so this is going to be a hard skullduggery check to find out this information. And the dice pool's set for you, so you can go ahead.
Okay. Since I'm gonna want to keep my stress, I'm not going to use it right now because we're getting really close to it. That is 2 advantages and a triumph, but no successes.
Correct. So you are aware that most of these barges are similar. You're able to find the schematics for barges of similar make, but the specific one that you're going to be going on to, which is actually occupied by Sunta the Hutt,
Mhm.
Soonta, is not necessarily. You are aware that there are things about this particular barge that have been retrofitted with, and you are not able to find out what those are. You do hear rumors that people have been known to just fall off the barge without reason,
Yes.
and people just don't talk about it. Yeah. So you are able to learn that Sunta is a rather cunning individual, but is also very willing to deal, and is, as long as you are able to show some value to her, She is very fair and not partial to putting on public displays of, dismemberment.
Oh gosh, we got to show that we're useful. We're doomed.
So
Sorry, who is she again?
she is the hut that is over the area that you live.
Okay. She is.
Hot detected.
What?
Not just nothing. Just
Incidentally, quite as soon as I heard people falling off, I'm gonna be like, "How much is a jetpack? Maybe I should get one of those by now."
I want to point out that I already have an automatically deploying parachute backpack. I bought that like the second time I was in a session, so
Oh, that's super handy.
yeah, it is. I talked about it at length.
All right, so we should get a fair dealing, essentially, is what I'm hearing. We might get dropped off, and if we try to fly away from it in a blaze of glory, it probably has weapons that'll shoot us down, so that's fun. Always
Why
good
are we
to know.
expecting violence, Taryn?
Well, I mean, violence just kind of keeps happening around me. That's not my fault.
It's always wise to plan on having peaceful negotiations when you're dealing with huts.
Speaking of peaceful negotiations, hey Zool, I got this table here. Can you haul it in on your back?
Huh.
You're the strong one in this group.
I didn't even realize that huts were no longer hermaphroditic.
Yeah,
Well,
they
the
did
usual
away
way
with
most
that.
hermaphroditic species work is that they end up being one sometimes and then shift over later.
Well, no, they used to be
Like that's what lizards generally do.
in
or fish.
Legends. All the huts were all hermaphroditic, but now they just
I think the word is asexual, right?
Asexual would be like they don't have anything and then they split.
Well, no,
which
they
some
re-
hermaphroditic
divide?
species of lizards can do.
they reproduce asexually, but in Legends they used to be just basically both genders and no gender at the same time. But now they're female huts and male huts.
They actually will go through phases where they shift into different genders, from my understanding. There's actually in the Clone Wars one of the, I can't remember his name. He's the uncle of Jabba, but he's very feminine. So I think it's basically they take on a gender and they assume that gender, even though their gender shifts throughout their life cycle.
Interesting.
But I could be incorrect in that. It's been a while since I've looked at the
Yeah, trying to get right the particulars of Star Wars lore is a skill in and
Tricky.
of itself.
Yeah.
tricky at best. Okay. So, anything you are doing to prepare for this particular?
Yeah, eating and drinking like there's no tomorrow.
Okay.
I guess I should ask, what would be the consequence of hauling around more encumbrance than I have?
It would cost you a strain anytime you take a maneuver.
Right, so I can
dear.
haul around as much as I want unless there's a fight.
Well, I mean, I would basically say that you would be getting strain anytime you move, even out of combat.
So not very far. I have 13 encumbrance capacity total. I think this table last I checked was like 7 or 8, which is why we basically doomed it to the ship. I don't think I could lose enough weight to make that reasonable. But if anyone else has a spare 8 encumbrance, just lying around.
Yeah, no.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I could almost get there and ditch 7 if I don't bring my gauntlet, any grenades, or the macro binoculars. But if I wanted to go any further than that, I'd have to ditch armor or ditch my main weapon.
Are they going to let you in pack and heat anyway?
You're not going to be allowed in with weapons. And if you go in armored,
All right, so
it's not like it's taboo to go in armored, but if you go in without armor, you would definitely not,
You know what? I'm just waiting for that sentence.
And I don't see this as an actual table. I see it more like a heavy piece of, like basically a computer. So you could
Yeah, I basically have
rig
like
it
a
into
whole
a
computer
backpack
tower here.
type of
All right.
thing.
So if we're not allowed in any weapons or anything of that sort, and probably not armor, or at least shouldn't.
If let's put it this way: in your research with that Triumph, you've realized that this is kind of you're sending a message. However you go in, right?
Mhm.
If you go in with armor on, you're sending a message that you don't trust them as your host.
Or you're a
Got it.
badass, you don't care about what their opinions are.
So in that case,
Boba Fett did
yeah,
it.
I'll go
He was
ahead.
hired.
I
Boba Fett
will
wasn't
leave
on
everything
Nar
behind.
Shaddaa either.
I will be incredibly vulnerable, aside from my Wookiee claws, which definitely is a thing to use. And I will be carrying the computer tower.
Also want to
Now-
point out that Londo walked in there wearing full armor.
Wasn't he also hired?
No.
That was also on Jabba's palace.
Yeah, he wasn't hired. He walked in there with full armor pretending to be somebody else.
To be
Yep.
fair, that's probably just about what Jabba expects and wants from people. Just like,
Mm.
yeah, come in your work clothes and go do the thing.
What you're doing is you're going to a party
Yeah.
that is
Right.
on this barge.
I think you'll find that Jabba's palace was a party 24/7. He had dancers around there anytime you walked in.
This is probably a classier.
He also had a giant monster underneath his chair.
Party.
It's not a party until somebody loses an arm.
So I have the
Everybody in
specialist
that room
negotiation
knew
gadget.
that the monster was down there, and they were just walking around laughing.
Yes.
You remember they were hiding in the dark, waiting for somebody to come in so they could activate the pit.
I will ask. So, for reference, how much would it cost for a Wookiee here to get something appropriate outfit-wise to wear to this?
5-piece suit.
I mean, a Wookiee is
Generally
fine
not
wearing
wearing
nice
a whole lot.
bandolier.
Yeah,
So-
I know. That's what I'm looking for. It's like, where can I get like a nice, shiny silver and gold bandolier to put
Bespoke
around? Maybe a
bandolier.
hat.
Get that silver thing that Worf wears.
Yeah, nice silk sash and stuff, right?
Yeah.
#1 beauty
So-
queen.
So I am going to ask: is this
100 credits?
100 credit affair, 1,000 credits affair, or 10,000 credits affair?
I mean, the lowest you would be able to find something is 100.
Mhm.
The going up to 10,000 is a little extreme, but anywhere between 100 and 1,000 credits sounds reasonable.
All right, I will blow 1,000 credits on an expensive 1,000 Wookiee suit, which is basically the cool bandolier, a belt, and maybe a hat.
Taryn, is all this really necessary?
No,
Uh,
You spent 1,000.
Would you like me to look presentable as well?
that'd probably be good. I guess like
Yeah.
the intimidating black robe might be actually really appropriate about now, but that
Black-
might betray.
Probably not a good idea.
I'm not
probably
much
not
of
a
a
good
black robe gal anymore.
I just want to point out that my
But
jewelry
you could get
cost
something nice.
2,000 for a advantage, a single
You know what?
advantage.
Otho, you've been doing great.
He hasn't said anything about wanting an advantage from it.
I'm just
No,
I'm just
I
throwing
know,
out
I
there.
haven't.
I'm just throwing out there a comparison, if you,
You guys
will.
are doing things for mechanical reasons? What?
Yep.
This isn't necessarily a formal thing, but it is definitely something where if you were to show up wearing formal attire, it would not be amiss. But
Mhm.
showing up in black robes
Yeah.
would be very
Well-
auspicious.
Right. So we're trying to appear professional, and I'm going to go to Otho and say, "Look, Otho, how about you come with me, and I'll do some shopping with you? Come on, it'll be fun. We could get you sized up for a whole bunch of different things. I bet we could get you something really nice.
She kind of dither for a second, and then she'd be like,
I'm paying."
"All right, let's go.
Really?
Let's go."
I would have thought that would be insulting, but okay.
All right.
Okay.
Hey,
and I
Otho,
will,
you look like a bitch. Let's take you out shopping.
and I will splurge another 1,000 to get Otho
Whoa!
a fancy outfit.
Whoa!
Let's be
Whoa.
fair. To get Otho a fancy outfit is going to cost a little bit more
A
than
lot more
a
than.
bandolier.
All right. Give me price range.
No, listen, Taryn. I really
Now
appreciate.
we're talking between 5,000 and 10,000 credits.
I
Done.
really. Taryn, please.
You remember?
I-
Did you guys see the James Bond movie with the guy who took cyanide and it melted half of his face?
Yeah.
You know, he has that thing in his face to make it not look horrible.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
It's not that bad.
Right, Jonah Hex again.
This is a good point, though. I'll go ahead and spend an extra 1,000 to make sure we have something, nice for that side of the face too.
No.
Something to build
She's
confidence.
actually gonna say no to that.
Okay, Otho, can you
You're
maybe
not
just
gonna get
always
that.
be looking to the right, though?
So the lapel pin instead, then. Got it. And Taryn is literally spending more and more and more money on you
I think
without
he,
a care.
I think he
He's
likes you.
Taryn, this is not necessary.
It absolutely is. You deserve it. Come on.
So a really nice dress for Otho would be about 8,000 credits to get. And
Really?
then that would add another 2,000 on that to get the jewelry
Done.
that Zool has, right?
My
Do
jewelry
you want the
costs
silver one or the gold one?
my jewelry costs 2,000, but I just want to throw out there that the armor that I wear that gives me advantage on all these like social stuff only costs like 6,200.